Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone, my name is Mutiara Ulfa and this is my colleague.
Hi everyone, my name is Arini.
We are students of Class 01 Biology Education Department.
We are happy to be here today to discuss a journal about the learning model.
The title of the journal is The Difference and Increase in the Study Biology Students between the Problem-Based Learning Model with the Inquiry Learning Models. Let's begin. Okay, I will begin with introduction. First point, as you are all aware, in 2013 curriculum, students are required to be active in learning. Active. The active means that students are accustomed to observation, asking, reasoning, experiment, and communicating. And the student must be able to solve problems, find solutions to problems, and apply them in life. The second point, based on observation results have to be applied learning model, problem-based learning, and inquiry learning. Why? Because in observation there is a lack of participation and activation of students in following the biology study. The third point, problem-based learning and inquiry learning model is learning model based on problem and to push the student to critical thinking to solve the problem by learning process. But these two models are different. What's the difference? Let's look at the next slide. Okay, Ngalimun 2012 states that problem-based learning is learning model that train and develop student ability to solve problem by using scientific methods. Then, Handayana 2014 states that inquiry learning is the combination of activities learning that asks the student to think critically to find the answer of the problem by themselves. So, we can conclude that problem-based learning more emphasis on problem in life, whereas inquiry learning more emphasis on scientific problem. Right? Let's move on to next slide. Methodology. The method of this research is quasi-experiment with the design research use is control group pre-test and post-test. The population of this research is the whole students of High School 2, Class 10, Lubuk Linggau, school years 2015-2016. This population contains 10 classes. The sample is Class 10-7 as first experiment and 10-10 as second experiment. The collecting data techniques are used test techniques. The test consists of 7 question items. 7 question items in accord with standard and basic contents. The test was done twice, pre-test and post-test on the experiment classes. Then it was measured the learning improvement by using endgame formula. The data obtained was analyze the normality and homogeneity. Then it was analyzed by using t-test with significant level alpha 0.05. Okay, now I will hand over to Sharini about the result of this research.
Okay, thank you Mutiara Ulfa. First, I will begin with the report. Please pay attention to the following table and graphs. Result, in the study, before start the learning process, a pre-test was conducted first. Because the pre-test was conducted to determine the student initial abilities. After the pre-test carried out, learning was carried out using the problem-based learning model in the experimental first class, and the inquiry learning model, the experimental second class. After the learning was complete, a pulse test is carried out to determine the student's ability to understand the finished learning. Based on first table, the result of the difference in learning class problem-based learning and inquiry learning. Overall, the average increase in learning outcomes in problem-based learning class is higher than the inquiry learning class. For details, the difference in the increase in learning outcomes. The increase in learning outcomes of the two classes can be seen in first picture below. Problem-based learning class 0.67 high and inquiry learning class 0.54. Okay, next discussion. Based on observation during the learning process in the experimental first class with the problem-based learning model, first, students look very serious in participating in learning. Second, students are more active in seeking information for various search. Third, students are more interested and more courteous in expressing their opinion question during discussion. In addition, when learning use problem-based learning model, fourth, students are seen trying to be responsible, independent, and able to communicate to solve problems discussed together. This has a positive impact on student learning outcomes. Problem-based learning model is a series of learning activity that emphasizes the problem-solving process. Students are not expected to only listen, take notes, the memorized learning material, but direct to active think, communicate, find, and manage data. Okay, second discussion. We are in the experimental second class by applying the inquiry learning model. First, students less seem active in seeking answer to problems. Second, class conditions are also difficult to control, or situation of class hard control. So that the class is less conducive because students who have less than optimal abilities will tend to be passive and less participant in finding answers to problems. And third, it is also supported by the opinion expressed by Ngalimun during his journal, which state that the inquiry learning model only develops. Next slide. Conclusion. Based on the result of the research that has been done, it can conclude that there is difference in the improvement of study biology learning outcomes with the experimental first class and experimental second class. The experimental first class used the problem-based learning model, and second class the inquiry learning model. The increase in student learning outcomes of learning biology with the problem-based learning model is higher than the inquiry learning model. Problem-based learning model 0.67 and inquiry learning model 0.54. Just information reference. This is the sort that we got in making this presentation. For more detail, please read in this. Well, that is from me and Cut Mutiara Ulfa. We hope this useful. Thank you for your attention. don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.
Thank you for attention.
Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Bye.
Bye.